Local artist Danielle Johnson has been toying in arts and crafts for years and recently started making unique and fashionable shoes from recycled comic books.
I started making jewelry, and I was one day doing the vinyl record bracelets I was making. And I was using the Mod Podge, and I was putting the comic book images on there, and I started thinking, well, gee, I could probably stick this to something else, clothing-wise or accessories, maybe belts, and my mind just kept rolling with different ideas, and I just grabbed a pair of shoes and I started pasting the images of Ninja Turtle comic books on there.
Since her first pair, Danielle's shoes have been on display at the Rad Zone and have steadily been gaining interest in the public eye.
I started with one customer wanting a pair of Kiss shoes, and next thing you know, I had orders for more pumps. I've got orders for combat boots, flat shoes, and now the sandals, I started pumping them out and they're just taking off. I've always been into fashion. I've always been one to take my clothes and alter them or draw on things. And one of the things that helps, I have OCD. And because of that, I need something for therapy. And when I'm doing something artistic, I'm in a completely different world, and it helps me focus and get that energy, the negative energy, out of the way, and I can just relax. So and fashion's just something that I guess I'm drawn to. Yeah, I just love comic books, and I thought they were the best for the images. There are times where I feel like being random, and there are other times where it's on purpose, the placement. And it is a little bit more tricky than some people would think. You start putting the images on, and the next thing you know, you've only got like a teeny little space. So you have to find the right piece to go there. And oftentimes I end up with like a pow or bam. Our wonderful comic book sound effects. And they look great on the shoe, of course. They just add the color and dimension to it. But yeah, it's kind of like a puzzle.
To help showcase some of her work, Kelly Reish, Danielle's friend and photographer, has been there from the start, taking beautiful shots of the finished product.
Well, when I first started working with Danielle, we met online. I've seen through different forums some of the work that she was doing in the jewelry, and I contacted her as a photographer and asked her if I could do some still life shots of her work and kind of let her use that as advertising. And really it's been an interesting evolutionary trip to see her go down and touch into all these different artistic mediums. She's got a lot of spark of talent, and it's really been a cool thing to watch and to get my lens on and to take those steps with her and kind of feed off her and collaborate as we've been able to do these last couple of years, for sure.
After having spent so much time around the craft, Kelly decided she too could give it a go.
Yeah, I knew I had to get my hands dirty and gluey and and get into it, and having watched Danielle kind of perfect that process, I just took it and put my own spin on it and had to go for something powerful like a boot, for sure. That is the first, that's my prototype, it's my baby right now. So the pieces that I've been working on, the wall hangings, I'm at my best when I'm creating, and some nights I don't sleep and I have scissors, I have glue, what can I do with it? And I like to get in there, and there's some really beautiful artwork in these comic books that may have been dismissed or overlooked as just being, children's stuff, but it's really not. And to be able to get in there and put my own spin on it and make it into something different and unique and beautiful that can be appreciated is just it's really a cool thing.
Oh, she's amazing. I couldn't ask for a better friend and partner. She's been there for me the last 3 years. I have a lot of support, actually. I have an excellent boyfriend, a wonderful child who he's autistic, and he's limited in understanding some things, but he's very, very supportive of Mom doing this, and especially the fact that it's comic books. Come on, it's cool, right? And it's just so fulfilling. It makes me smile. When somebody comes to pick up their piece and they're just like ecstatic, it makes me want to just smile as well and continue doing this work, because then it's like they leave my house and I just want to get back to another piece right away. It just encourages you to keep going.
If you're interested in finding out more about the shoes or placing a custom order, you can visit KillerComics by Danielle on Facebook. For Shaw TV, I'm Christian LeMay.